Hi everybody, I'm going to be ceramic coating my new Lexus, and I'm going to go through the whole process from start to finish. Come join me. Today I'm going to be going through the whole process from A to Z of how to prepare your paint to do the ceramic coating. That way you're not locking in any contaminants into the ceramic. So I have a new Lexus vehicle. Now it's new to me, but it's 6 years old. It's a 2014 Lexus GX460, and even though it looks great, there's a lot of little nuances that I want to fix on it before I do the actual ceramic coating. So there's going to be multiple processes that we're going to go through. It's 110 outside, so it's going to be a little bit wet. We're going to be washing the car and stuff like that. So I'll probably be drenched, but ignore that. We'll just keep going and I'll show you the whole process. Now that we have the whole car washed, the next part of this process is decontaminating the paint. The best way to do that is with a clay bar. And so I like Griot's products. They work really nice. This is actually clay. It's almost like Play-Doh. And so you knead this into a ball. You run it over the paint with a lubricant, which could be Griot Speed Shine, or it could be soap and water, which I'm going to be using. You know, you buy one of these, it will last for a good, I don't know, we'll say 8 applications or something like that. This is probably my last application, and then this will be done. They now make a synthetic one, which actually has a handle, so it'd actually be a lot nicer, and I think you could do like 22 applications with it. So that's what I'd probably buy after I'm done with this one for the next time. But what's going to happen is I'm going to decontaminate the paint, do a small section at a time, use the soap water as a lubrication. And right now, like when you feel the paint and you rub your hand on it, even though it's clean and it's washed and it looks pretty nice, when you feel it, it feels like there's just sand on the car basically. It's just really rough, and it's not something you could wipe off. It's just embedded in the paint. And so this is going to remove all that and make this literally like a show car finish. It's going to be smooth as glass. Once we have it to smooth as glass, then I'll look around, do some paint correction on any of the scratches, clean that up, and then once that's done, we're actually going to do a ceramic wax by Griot's also. Now, in the past I did some paint correction on my Corvette, and this was about 2-3 years ago, and ceramic was just coming out, and it came in these little like 2-ounce bottles for like $300. It was some crazy ass price. And everybody's like, you could drive a car into your car and it will just deflect off the ceramic. It's like the claims are just crazy, and they didn't actually say that, but that's how they spun it like it was God's gift of life to your car. Don't get me wrong, it's a great product, but was it worth, $300? And if you took it to a shop, like $2 grand to apply the ceramic? No, not at all. But now, Griot's came late to the game on purpose to get the best formula they could to get this ceramic into a wax. And I've seen some great demos from Project Farm. I don't know if you've ever seen Project Farm, but this guy tests what's the best engine oil, what's the best drill bit, what's the best this, what's the best that. And he just did one on ceramic, and Griot's was right up there. And then I saw another review after 4 months with the top 2 that was in that test. of which one lasted the longest, and Griot's was right on top. And since I'm already into Griot products, that's an easy no-brainer for me. And so now you could buy a whole bottle for $20, and it's not $300 in some special process. And so now I stand behind ceramic as a cool application to use because it's affordable, it does better than any of your other waxes, and stuff just beats off your car, you know, like crazy. So less washing, just rinse stuff off. So that's the process I'm going to be doing on this vehicle, and we're going to hop to it. All right, so I wanted to give you a close-up of what the clay bar is doing and what to expect. So besides the squeaks, you could hear it shh, like I'm running over sandpaper, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray some on there, and this is kind of sticky, but now it's lubricated. You could probably hear it a little bit. And now you don't hear anything. Now it's fully gliding. So now we're going to wipe that off. I'm going to use my other hand since it was on the clay bar. But it's like glass. So you can see how just grimy and dirty, porous that is, but this is now smooth. So the point of this is when you're going to put poly wax, carnauba, ceramic wax, any of that stuff, you want to put it on the paint. You don't want to seal in all the contaminants. So, you know, if you don't want to polish a car because that's a little too over the top for you, this is your next best thing, because this is what you do before you polish. This will get rid of all your contaminants, and this will make everything like 90% better. When you're polishing, you're just trying to get out scratches, swirl marks, deep scratches if you have them, but for the most part, if you do this and then wax, you don't even need to polish in the most part, unless you have a black car or something that just really screams all the hard water and all that kind of stuff. But for the most part, you can get away with this. So I'm going to keep going. So here's something totally unexpected. What I'm pulling off is not only some dark areas, you see some kind of blacks, if you will, but you're seeing a lot of red. And so I was thinking to myself, no, this is fresh clay. I didn't use it on my Corvette. Where would that red come from? And then I thought, hey, when I was spraying in my backyard and this vehicle was parked 80 feet away, the overspray flew over the house and landed on the car. And yeah, you don't see any overspray anywhere, but that's how detailed this thing is of picking stuff up. So note to self, keep all vehicles in garage, even though I'm spraying far, far away. All right, so we got the whole car clay barred, including all the glass, all the chrome. Haven't done the wheels because that's a different day. That's too much to do in one day. You know, I have a sunroof, and it looks like at one point there's latches and stuff so you could, you know, attach stuff on top of the car. looks like there's a few scratches up there, slight. Just it almost looks like smeared water or something like that. That you know, is still drying or something. But you know, you have to contemplate whether you want to do that because no one's ever going to see that up there except yourself. But the other thing to think about is you only have to do it once, because if you're never putting anything up there again, it will be perfect once you finish it. So I might take a little run at it and fix a few things, but there's a lot of little, you know, tiny things like, I don't know if you can see it, but yep, you can see it right there. There's a little tiny scratch there. Just little blemishes here and there that you know, we could clean up and again, do it once and then seal it in ceramic, and then you're good to go. So we're going to kind of jump around, grab a few things, and what I'm going to use for that is Griot's Complete Compound. What's nice about this is it's a one-stage process. You know, you come up to the scratch, get a microfiber towel, you rub into it. You could use a machine too to do an overall, which, since this is a white car, I don't know if there's a necessity to do that. I mean, maybe 6 years old. I guess I could give it a once over. That's probably the best thing, and then ceramic coat it. So what I'm going to do is actually go out there, hit all the individual things that I think I could clean up manually, get all that, then maybe do a real quick once over in the car just to take a little bit of the edge off, and then wipe it down one more time, and then do a ceramic sealant. I like how my Factory 5 manual has become a staging point for my paint correction situation here going on. So what I'm going to be doing is a quick, just 1.5 passes with some complete compound. This is Griot's correcting pad, and you know, 1.5, you know, up, down, sideways, up, down, move on to the next panel. So just a little simple. Take the edge off, because I noticed when I started polishing certain areas that it made a difference, and so I figured, hey, do it once, get the ceramic on there, good to go. So here we go. Alright, so we got everything, including the door jambs, all cleaned out. Everything's looking great. The car's been wiped down, which you saw me doing while I was actually buffing. I'd wipe it down right afterwards, but I'm going to do one more final wipe down with a clean cloth, maybe multiple clean cloths to get any compound residue or anything like that off the car. And once I do that, it's time for ceramic spray. Now, with this ceramic spray, we are looking at 12 to 24 hours before exposing to any kind of water, weather, anything like that. This is the ceramic 3-in-1. The idea, and I might do a second coat, and so basically you'll do one coat, wait, do another coat, wait 2 days. So my truck is in quarantine for all week, basically. So this is the last time the garage door opens, and we'll make this thing nice and pretty. All right, we are done with our second coating. We need to let this dry for about 12 to 24 hours. I have a total of maybe 8 hours into this. Now, again, you don't need to spend 8 hours to ceramic coat your car. However, it is very imperative, since I just bought this car, for me to go through it, clean it up once, spend the time once, and then pop this stuff on. And then from here on out, it's like easy peasy maintenance, no big deal. So here's my Griot's bottle. You can see that the level's right about there. It was about here when I started this morning so that was the first application, second application. So literally this was 20 bucks. So for 10 bucks, I was able to ceramic coat my, my huge SUV. And, you know, it's definitely slick. There's definitely no doubt about that. And it's definitely shiny. But I did it just to see what it's going to be like for the ceramic protection and hydrophobic. So, you know, I don't know if you could see this. Like right there's like little smears and stuff. So the best thing that I could describe this is when you're putting this on, it's not like a wax in the sense that, you know, paste up, it dries, and you have to wipe it off. It's more like when you put Windex on a windshield and you can't get the smears off. That's more what this is like. It's such a thin coating that it dries really quickly and leaves that smear, and you can buff that smear out. Now, being on a white car, I can't even see the smears. On the windows, since they're black, I'm able to see the smears, and from the lighting. And so there's little areas that I could see, like little smears and stuff. It all buffs out, but I'm sure in a black car or a darker car, you'd probably really see it, and then you know what to buff. On this car, I can't really see it, so I'm just buffing as much as I buffed on the windows, and there's probably smears all over the car, but I can't tell. I'm just looking for the protection. But again, this is a 3-coat, white, pearl, and then clear on this car. So it's really come out great. And I was able to get a lot of like the grime and stuff out of all these grooves. If you look at the door jambs, are literally perfect. I mean, I really got everything nice and clean. So again, do it once, do it right, and then from there you just have to rinse it down basically. So we got some natural rain happening, and it's beating up very nicely. I've actually never seen water beat up to where it almost looks like a full circle. It's pretty crazy. Even on the windshield, same thing. Till next time, have a great day.